The average price for UK farmland has dropped. On average, arable land was receiving 8% less per acre and pasture land was 7% less per acre. But still, around 60% of farms are selling their arable land for above £10,000 an acre. However, the drop has come from the rest of the 40%, which is selling between £8,000 and £10,000 an acre. And the lowest proportion of farm types that have actually sold at market are lowland grazing and upland grazing pasture systems, with the most common actually being sold being cereals, mixed farms and dairy. But this leads on to a very interesting question. Why has the price dropped in 2025? Well, the answer is quite simple, really. Farms don't have as much money to invest because the cost of inputs are so high and what they're getting in return is so low, meaning they have less money to reinvest into their farms. Also, with inheritance tax, there are plenty of farmers who are not wanting to reinvest in land because they don't want to put themselves in a position where they can't afford to repay the inheritance tax. Also, the other side of it, where there is a lack of enthusiasm within the industry anyway, and farmers are just not wanting to expand because they are not thinking about farming over the next 50 years. They're more concerned about what's going to happen over the next 5. Most farmland isn't being bought by farmers, as typically the majority of land is not being sold to farmers. It's being sold to private investment institutions. And typically those will be farms with multiple diversified income streams which can help buy that land. So the big farms are getting bigger and the small farms are getting fewer.